humans, it's just Martine and welcome to a school week reading vlog. So it's actually Tuesday evening and I'm just starting this now because I was filming another vlog, so I didn't want to have to work to differentiate them when I imported the footage, to be honest. But last night I did get a buttload of reading done, so let me catch you up to speed. I'm currently in the middle of 3 books, 1 physical, 1 ebook, 1 audiobook. Technically, there's another ebook floating out there that I've started, but we won't talk about her for right now. So the physical book that I'm reading is Mishling. This is for a different video, but I am still reading it. And I'm currently on page like 135 or something out of like 339. So making good progress on that. I'm planning to finish this before the end of the week. I'm also planning on finishing Anyway the Wind Blows by Rainbow Rowell. By the end of this week, I'm currently just over 50% of the way through. And to be honest, the first third, I would say, had no plot whatsoever. It was just unnecessary drama and angst. Regardless, the series is a really easy read, so I'm just breezing my way through, and now we've actually got kind of like a little bit of a mystery going on, so that's always fun. But I do think out of the 3 books so far, my favorite is definitely going to be Wayward Son, the second book, because it was a road trip, and I'm a sucker for a good road trip book. And then I'm also reading the last Artemis Fowl book, so that's exciting, and I'm like 10% of the way into that. Not sure how much reading I'll get done tonight. I did already read like my portion of Mishling for the day this morning, and I'm planning on reading some Anyway the Wind Blows as I fall asleep. That's the plan. But for right now, I don't really feel like reading, and I've already read quite a bit today, so I'm just going to watch YouTube, but I'll fill you in when I do read something. Happy Thursday morning. It's just past 9:30. I cannot remember the last time I updated you, but here's where I am. I'm just past the 150 page mark for Mishling, and that's going well. I'm like at the 72% mark of Anyway the Wind Blows, and I haven't read any more of the last Artemis Fowl book. So for Anyway the Wind Blows, I just feel like there's a lot happening. Like there are a lot of plots, but I don't see them like making sense together, and some things are resolving like here or there, and like there's this overarching plot that like doesn't seem to be very high stakes. Like I don't think it's all that important. The pacing is weird, chronology of the events is weird, but all that being said, I'm still enjoying it. Like that's the thing about these books, the quality at some points might be arguable, but my enjoyment is not. It's easy to get into bed after a long day and just read like 5 to 10% of this. It's a fun time. And I'm not regretting reading it at all. It's just not like objectively in my mind that great. You know what I mean? Hopefully I'll be reading soon. And since it's Thursday, that means it's almost the weekend, and hopefully I'll be doing a lot more reading this weekend because Bookoplathon starts mid next week. So that's exciting. I gotta get in the right reading groove for that. So the reality of it being a school week in my life is that it's Thursday night, which is the night that my club always meets. And we also had an interest meeting for any new members that couldn't make it to the general meeting. And so it's well past 10 p.m. and I've been crawling in bed at like 8:30 to read and then fall asleep at 9:30 every night this week. And I'm just now like putting my stuff away and unwinding for the night and changing into my pajamas. I have read 25 minutes today. I need to read 5 more for Bookly not to be mad at me. And I'll do that while falling asleep. But the realities of being a student is sometimes you're so busy and it's not even because you're doing classwork. Like I did most of my reading today during school hours. Happy Friday. It's Friday evening. I thought it was just past 6, but it's already 6:30. Oh my goodness. I've done almost nothing productive today. I did have 1 class, but like nothing aside from that because I'm exhausted after last night and like the first week in general. I did finish a book. I finished Anyway the Wind Blows by Rainbow Rowell. I gave it 3.5 out of 5 stars. I did really enjoy the ending. I like where the plot went. I think it took like too long. Is that how you should say it? Too long for like the plot to make itself known. And additionally, there were so many subplots going on that were being resolved all over the place that like it took away from like the main plot of this book. But also I know that the main focus was supposed to be on the relationship, which it was, but when you said it, like, I don't know how to explain my thoughts about this. It was a really fun time, and there was a moment where my jaw absolutely dropped near the end of the book, which was absolutely wild. But on the whole, just some pacing, word choice, construction, and general issues. I really love the magic system in these books. I think it's so creative and fun, but like it definitely has some like issues within the creation of it, at least from my perspective. But a lot of those issues also make it a really fun, fast, quick read. So it depends. Do you want the pacing to be fast and enjoyable in that way, or do you want it to be really, it's not that it's not thoughtfully constructed, but like really, really deeply constructed, beautiful writing? Because the writing's fine, like it does the job, but it's not like, oh my god, this was the most beautiful prose I've ever read or anything. So it depends on your preference, especially for the fantasy genre. I like it to be kept pretty simple, so that's why I think the series works well for me. Like there's a lot going on, but also not too much that I can't understand it, like how it all works. Am I making any sense? I don't know. But the point is that I finished that book and that's good. So yay, I read something. Happy Saturday. I did plan on doing plenty of reading today along with my homework, but the world is really forcing my hand here because the Wi-Fi is down all over campus today for some reason, with no idea when we'll get Wi-Fi back. It's already like 3:30, and so I did like textbook reading and some organizing like in my planner and stuff, but there are some things that like I can't do. So anyway, now I'm definitely going to sit down and read a physical book. I just listened to like 15% of the last Artemis Fowl book. Now I'm at like 36%, and intrigued by where it's going. I do think it's interesting to see Artemis Fowl's younger siblings take like more of a part in this book. I also like that Juliet is featured in it. She is Artemis Fowl's bodyguard's younger sister, and I love her. We're once again going up against the like big bad of the whole series, Opal Cowboy. And then I did manage to actually read some of War and Peace last night. If you didn't know, in March I started reading War and Peace because Gabriel Armstrong and then Kelsey from my Read Today, they did this War and Peace read along, and it was originally supposed to be just 2 months, and they just finished it, but I started it with them in March, and then I took like the whole summer off of reading War and Peace, and now I read 2% of it last night, so now 43% of War and Peace. And yeah, now I'm going to sit down and get some reading done. It's 6:06 p.m. I just got back from dinner, and I just want to have like a heart-to-heart with the Wi-Fi right now, right? It's like, as nice as it's been to be offline today, I don't just want internet to watch YouTube all night or something. It's very simple. It's like, I would love to have the internet to listen to like an ambient room or watch some reading sprints while I continue to read. So it's like the internet would be a secondary thing, but it would make the primary activity better, if that makes sense. Anyway, I'm on page 244, so I have a little less than 100 pages left on this. Kind of want to finish it tonight, but I'm not sure if that's gonna happen. So we'll see how much stamina I have and whether the internet comes back. Happy Sunday, it's just before noon, and here are my updates for you. There are 2 books I want to finish today, Mishling and the last Artemis Fowl book. I'm like 36 pages away from the end of Mishling. I'm at like 80% of the last Artemis Fowl book, so both of those should be no problem, hopefully. As for how I'm feeling about the Artemis Fowl book, the beginning I was really enjoying. There was one scene in particular, like I think a little more than halfway through, that I like loved. It was classic Artemis Fowl. Right now there's like a lot more action happening, so it's hard for me to pay attention. On the whole, I think this is going to be like an interesting conclusion to the series, so I'm interested to see how it wraps up. It's just past 2 p.m. and I'm going to get back to listening to my audiobook while I fold my laundry. I was briefly distracted by Josh introducing me to Taskmaster. I don't think I stopped smiling the entire episode, but I've showed willpower and said, I have to get some reading done. So let's get some reading done. It's just before 3 p.m. and I finished Artemis Fowl and the Last Guardian. I'm giving it a 3.5 out of 5 stars. I did appreciate a lot of Artemis Fowl's genius in this one. I thought there were lots of good moments about it, which if you've watched any of my previous vlogs where I've been reading the series, you know is my favorite part. I think they definitely had good moments, but those moments were also accompanied by like battle sequences in other places that were just like a little too numerous for me. But overall, like I thought it was a great last book for the series and I really enjoyed it. And I enjoyed the series as a whole. I don't know if it would be possible for me to like rank all of them from like least favorite to favorite, but I enjoy the series. Like it has a fond place in my heart. They're really easy reads in my opinion and pretty fast. Now I'm going to sit down and read the last bit of Mishling, and once I do that, Mishling will be the only standalone book that I've read this month. That's a little weird, but let's do it. It's 3:30 and I just finished this book. More about it in a future video, but that means that I finished all the books that I was planning on finishing this week, so I can have a fresh start to the month with Bookopoly So get ready for those vlogs coming up soon. Very exciting. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up and comment down below. How do you balance reading and school, work, life, your other hobbies, etc.? And subscribe for more reading, writing, and college lifestyle content. And until next time, bye humans, bye!